up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex. You watching the Ragin Nation Show Transformers 4 edition. This is just web series. We're talking about all things that matter to me for the production of the 4th installment of the live-action Transformers film franchise directed by Michael Bay. It is update number 69. And the very first thing we gotta do is give shout-outs. And the shout-out first goes to Movie Maker GTA 4. Follow him on Twitter at Movie Maker GTA 4 because he tweeted me a really sweet drawing of Optimus Prime as he could or possibly could look like in Transformers Age of Extinction. Check that out. Pretty sweet. And the next shout out goes to Lucy Camera Action. Check out our Facebook page, Lucy Camera Action, because she made a 50s style poster for her favorite film, which is Transformers. Looking good, Lucy. Keep up the good work. And finally, another final shout out to, I think that's it. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about the music of Transformers Age of Extinction. As we already know, Steve Jablonsky is back to score Transformers Age of Extinction. He says it's going to be very different, but the big question is, will Linkin Park be back? Now, there's been no word of whether or not Linkin Park is going to be back, but Steve Aoki, this electro house artist, has tweeted this. And he says, what did he say? Oh, discussing war politics between Autobots and Decepticons over dinner with Michael Bay. Check that out. He tweeted about that on his Twitter account. So, looks like Michael Bay has been in contact with Steve Aoki because he wants some electro house style music in the soundtrack. Possibly. So, we'll see how that goes. Moving on, let's talk about the very first trailer. Now, I originally thought that the first teaser trailer was going to be in December of 2013. That would be this month. But they just wrapped up not too long ago. They wrapped up post-production, principal photography, and now they're in post-production. And I thought it was going to be just like Transformers Dark of the Moon. They put out the first teaser in December of 2010. But that's not the case for Transformers Age of Extinction because it looks like, according to this image here, that the very first trailer, trailer, teaser, TV spot is going to show up on Super Bowl of 2014. Check this out. It says, look for the big news at the game 2014. 2013 Hasbro, all rights reserved. Excuse me. So just like Revenge of the Fallen, it looks like the very first teaser trailer will be on the big game, aka the big game spot. 2014 Super Bowl. Look out for that because this is going to be really, really exciting. Who knows what Michael Bay is going to do, but all I know is that he's going to do something crazy because Transformers Dark of the Moon's TV spot, the Super Bowl spot was freaking ridiculous. Now, after all the principal photography, what we're supposed to be treated to is marketings like trailers, concept art, official promo releases of the CG renderings of the characters, and of course, toy leaks. It looks like we got our first toy leaks, but they aren't anything what you would expect. It's actually some other versions of the toy. We're not getting like leaks of the Deluxes or the Voyagers or the Leader classes. Instead, we got something different, and that would be these power attackers. Now, I don't really know what this means, but they're apparently some kind of smaller, simplified version of the characters. And what we got here is Hound, Bumblebee, and Swoop, also known as also known as Strafe. They're renaming Swoop to Strafe. Now, let's take a look at Bumblebee first, okay? Now, the vehicle mode looks pretty similar like the original version, but as you can see on the robot mode, other than the fact that it still looks like he still looks the same physically, as in he's got arms and legs, there are a lot of markings on him. Now, I don't like the way he looks right now in this Power Attackers toy, but that doesn't really bother me because I'm not going to buy Power Attackers toy. Look how simplified it looks. I'm looking for Deluxe, Leader Class, and Voyagers. But, the markings are just really, really detailed. There's a lot of work there. Now, I wonder how this is going to translate in the the regular toys like Deluxes and Voyager classes, if there's even going to be a Voyager class, like putting that on screen is no problem because it's just CG. But making that a toy and having all that detail on him, I wonder how that's really going to look. So this just gives us a general idea of what Bumblebee looks like. The thing that's most notable is that he's got that black strip on the top of his head, which goes out to his forehead. It's very interesting to me because that really wasn't done before. Instead, he's got the Autobots logo on the forehead. Moving on, let's look at Autobot Hound. And Hound, you know, it's hard to really tell what Hound really looks like, but according to this, it looks like it's confirmed that Hound is that bearded Autobot, that Autobot head on a pole with the beard. That looks like that's who Hound is going to be. Because if you look at this toy, it looks like he's got a beard. And it's very bulky. He looks like, once again, I always mention that Hound is going to be the muscle of the Autobots. So, that's very interesting. Now, this obviously isn't going to look like what he's going to look like in the movie. It's also not what he's going to look like for the vehicle, for the Voyager, Deluxe, and Leader classes, because this is just a simplified, boxy version of the toy known as Power Attackers. So, this is made for, like, small kids, right? Moving on, let's move on to Swoop. I'm just kidding. Let's move on to Strafe. They're calling him Strafe, okay? But for some reason on this ad, they're calling him Polly. Okay? Now, looks like he's some sort of, like, a pterodactyl. But what's really interesting is that his wings are on his forearms. Now, whether or not that's going to really translate onto the real toy, like that is, or rather the real character on the film, I don't really know. But Michael Bay is known for some pretty radical designs, and having wings on a forearm, if they're also used as a weapon, that's pretty cool. But they're pretty huge. They're pretty freaking huge wings. So that's kind of cumbersome and kind of inconvenient for a character to have that. But maybe the Dinobot Strafe, maybe he's not going to be in robot mode that much. We're going to see him transform into a robot mode, but probably not that much, because Dinobots are known for their Dinobot modes. They're most famous for their Dinobot modes, okay? So, hopefully we get to see their Dinobot mode more often than their robot mode, because I just want to see that more and see what kind of damage they can do, alright? So, there you have it. There are our first toy leaks. We got Bumblebee, we got Hound, and we got Strafe, okay? Power Attackers, I don't know what the deal with Power Attackers are, but the guy that really, the toy that really stands out to me most is Hound with the beard. What do you think about Hound having a beard? What do you think of him looking like that? That's what his face is going to look like. I wonder if he's going to have an accent. Anyways, that's all I got to say in this video. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation, and also follow me on Twitter at Ragin Nation. By the way, make sure you're joining the conversation on the Ragin Nation Facebook page, because there's been a lot of discussion about the way Optimus Prime looks like. Alright, especially since the Empire magazine has been released. So make sure you join the discussion at the Ragin Nation Facebook page. Stay tuned for update number 70, because this is the first of many toy leaks, okay? And there's going to be more to come, and we're going to talk about them all on this channel, youtube.com/TheRaginNation. So be sure to subscribe. Anyways, my name is Alex, and thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. One sentence. Okay, I really don't want them to spend too much time talking about what happened to Sam Witwicky and his family. I just don't think they should waste any time on that.